What's going on, guys? So I am back with a new video with the C6. We're going to be installing the new harness bar in the car just because I don't want to get this car caged yet. I want it to be fun and easy to drive on the street still. So we're going to be installing that and then kind of a little how-to and just kind of see the quality and finish of everything. So let's get right into that. Here you go. This is the shark bar, harness bar for the C6 Corvette. I take it these are the two brackets that are going to mount to the actual B pillar back here. You have your bolting, and then also you got your grommets because you're going to have to drill holes right there. All right, so these are removed. But tell me how a bird on my wheel. It's not on the car. It's literally just on the wheel. I don't understand. It's like a bird bent over and just liquidly all over my wheel. I know a bunch of people ask what these wheels are. Kansai Astros. Everyone and their mom runs them on Corvettes because they look good. But yeah, time to see how to remove these without breaking some tabs because I'm bad at that. So step one, from what the instructions say at least, is remove this top. All right. Okay. All right, so that's done. I personally hate the way the car looks with that. Looks like the next thing, we're gonna be pulling this top section out. Second step is to take these off. You're just trying to kind of do that without ruining everything. I don't know. I'm not awesome at panel stuff. I hate it. I feel like every time I touch one, I break something. And then I guess you remove this. It comes out a lot easier than what you would expect. All right, so the next step pretty much was end up putting some kind of support rod, whatever you want here. These clips come out and you want to make sure you don't lose them because they're what hold these rods in. So just try to be easy on the rods. Obviously they're a suppression fork and you can damage them. So you will have a little tab right here that gets power to it. Just pull right off. There's no clip or anything, so just try to be easy on that as well. It looks like the next thing you'll have to disconnect is this kind of stuff right here because this is going to run up here. As you can see, there's a white clip back there, almost right there. And what that clip looks like is it's this panel back here slides directly back. It's easy to get that confused, so make sure you slide it back because if not, you'll break it. Like I said, this clip right here, when you're gonna have this in the car, it's gonna be facing this way. You're gonna slide this back. This is the tab right here. If you just try to pry it off, you're gonna break this tab. Also, like I said, be careful of this. Obviously, I messed up, so I'm just gonna push that in there. No one will ever know. Hopefully it doesn't rattle. This panel is gonna come off as well. It looks like a pry backwards tab. Same down here. You're gonna have to loosen some of these down here, so same thing. Same kind of gig. It has a pan down low and then the top as well. What I did was on this little spot, you can get behind it with a small screwdriver to try not to break this tab. It looks like they're just glued on. Just sliding it between there and then back here on that spot, you can actually pull it off. You have to remove about 2 of these clips and then you'll be able to slide this out. We're gonna do the exact same thing, pry these 2 up and get this out. Okay, so we got down low, but we did get this one out kind of successfully, it seems. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna remove this top one. Rather not touch, but I got it, it seems. So that's good. So now this, you'll have to get to a spot. What you're trying to do is get this plastic panel almost over the actual piece for the strut. And then what you'll do is you'll pull back on it. It should be relatively easy. Yeah, so I didn't break it. So if I didn't break it, you most likely won't break it. I have really bad luck with any tabs with anything like that. I am extremely bad at that. So if you think you can't do it, and I just did it. I promise you, you can. So what you're wanting is basically trying to get that screwdriver out, and you're gonna do that. Now, what we're going to need to do is remove these. So you're gonna need a T50. All right, so obviously it's not on there too tight. The little 3/8 quarter-inch ratchet from Milwaukee pulled it off. So you remove this, and you're gonna come over here. Probably easier without the seats. Same thing. So those are removed. We're gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. For future reference, you can leave that plastic there. You'll just have to slide it out. So if you're worried about pulling these off or anything like that, just try to remove the top, but be careful because you could break it. We're gonna fast forward to this. This is the template. If you're not running the plastics, which you're weird if you're not, but if you're not running your plastics, you can just go and skip this portion basically, because all this is about trimming these to fit with the harness bar. We're gonna cut this out. It looks pretty straightforward where this is, obviously it says driver side, passenger side right there. They have holes just like this on both sides, and that aligns and that aligns. These right here are really going to drive the majority of the fitment. So you can see there's a little lip right here, and this is on the back side of these panels now. Like I said, make sure that you're using the proper one. You know, this is passenger. It's going to go on the passenger one back there. And then this is driver side. If you get this wrong, you're probably going to have a really bad time. So it will say, you know, seatbelt cover and then also speaker. So you got your seatbelt cover, you got your speaker. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to try to get it aligned pretty close, and then I'm going to tape it down with something, and then that is when we can at least go from there. We have a combination of a shitload of hole saws. So hopefully we'll be able to find one that will fit a 2-inch. And the only reason it really matters is because these grommets go in, so they sit on the side of this harness bar. What we're gonna do, hole saw, same thing, bang. Got our pilot hole drilled. Doesn't matter if it tears because I already got my pilot. Got hole saw, got our template. Turned out pretty good. Just be really light on it. This plastic's really easy to break. You'll probably do this with a file if you wanted to. For me, before I did that, the X-Acto knife kind of worked for me. There we go. She's trimmed, ready to be installed. I just got off the phone actually with Vetworks, the guys that make this, and they basically explained that when you run the standard bolts on these, I guess a few people were having some problems with the actual bolt itself getting stuck on the roll, I assume on the seatbelt roll. Long story short, that's what that is. So if you're not running all these, or sorry, if you're not running this and then the existing piece down there, you will not need these. So he said he's going to update these, but I might as well throw it in just because I know some people will probably think, well, what the hell are these for? For us, at least, we're not going to need these. What we're going to do now is, like I said, we're going to take these off. Just use some dikes, snip that little piece off. This bolt will come undone. There's a little lip on the back of the bolt, but it sits so flush, and if you torque it down, you shouldn't have one problem. I'm willing to take the chance maybe I die and it's from this video, so whatever. The one thing you will most likely have to do is there is some actual seam sealer back here on both edges of the actual chassis itself. Literally, I just took a X-Acto knife and just scraped it off. So I got it how I want. It's going to sit flush there. It's going to sit flush down there. And then what it will do is basically pry down like that. Make sure that you install each panel at the exact time. So our bottom panel needs to be installed now. And then after that, this panel will be installed on top of that. And then so on, that panel goes there. All right, so pro tip that I really recommend doing. So obviously, remember, you have this tab back here that has to slide forward. With that being said, it's really difficult to line everything up. So what I did, at least, is this tab right here. There we go. So now you just slide it on the back piece like so. This is where things are gonna get really tight. I would recommend, if you can, do this without seats in the car, but it is possible with them. All right, so got them all fitted in, got the grommets, it looks pretty good. Super pleased actually with how all that fit. So now what I'm gonna end up doing is these original little pieces right here are gonna need to be drilled out to 3/16 because they give you pins that you press in there. Found the original hole. There we go. Now, those clips that we originally took off. All right, just gotta get creative. So yeah, just make sure you push it all the way down and then reconnect your sensor, throw that sucker on there, and as good as now. So, all right, installed. We got the new, or we got the same struts. We got the struts installed, got the grommets installed, everything is all done. Have to drill out to 3/16, just the top ones, not the bottom ones. So now what we're going to do is install these freaking harnesses. So let's get to that real quick because it is obviously pretty late and I want to get this done because I am tired. So, all right, so everything is all installed. All the harnesses are nice and snug. I got everything pretty much exactly where I want them, so I'm happy with that. And then the bar itself is honestly a really nice finish, man. I'm happy it's powder coated. You know, everything lines up. They did well with giving you a template that you can still utilize your existing B-pillar trim. So looks really good. I'm honestly, it's a good product. I'm very happy with it. If you have any questions, just reach out to me or VetWorks. It's honestly is super self-explanatory for the most part. There's some stuff that takes some time, but if you take your time, it's something you can get a really nice end result. And because of that, I think, you know, it's probably one of the better options price-wise, and just, you know, just the fit and finish, you know, you can't really beat it. So if you don't want to put a cage in your car like so, that's the next best move, at least for the guys that want to drift or, you know, road race or time attack or anything like that. So I will say shout out to these guys. They make good stuff, and hopefully maybe we can see if we could install something else from them. Yeah, I'm pleased with it, and it looks pretty freaking good. So thanks again, guys, for watching. I'll be back with something new here shortly. And yeah,